Hi everyone, I'm Shelly from There's No Place Like Home at redheadmom8.wordpress.com. Today I'm going to be talking to you about homeschooling your child in Pennsylvania with an IEP. A lot of people will ask that question, can I homeschool my special needs child? And the answer is yes. You have the legal right to homeschool your child with a special need or with an IEP in all 50 states. Since each state has its own regulations, and since I have only dealt with it in Pennsylvania, I am going to deal with it specifically in Pennsylvania today. If you do homeschool in another state and your child has an IEP, you can actually go on the HSLDA website and they have a list of the different homeschool laws pertaining to children with IEPs. So in Pennsylvania, if you decide to homeschool your child with an IEP, which I should add that an IEP is an individualized education plan. And what that means is usually when your child is in school, they might be known to have some sorts of maybe developmental delays or special needs that they need to have a different approach to their education. So what you will usually do as a parent is go over a few things with some teachers there, and you will sign a plan for your children. So that is what an IEP is. You can withdraw a student in Pennsylvania who has an IEP and homeschool them. You have two options that you can do for this. The first one is that before you submit your affidavit and objectives to your school district, you need to have your objectives approved by a licensed special ed teacher. What this means is that your objectives have to specify, they have to show that you have a plan in place in order to address the needs that your child has. And then the special ed teacher will approve them and send a letter along with your objectives. That is the first option that you have. The second option is to, and they do not tell you this usually when you are signing your child's IEP, the second option is, as the parent, you have the legal right to remove your child's IEP at any time. Now, this is entirely up to you. It depends on a number of things, such as if your child even needs it anymore. My son had an IEP and they just had it in place for the last several years that he was in school, just in case he ever needed it again, but he never actually used it. If your child has a severe special need, then you might want to keep that in place only if your school is going to continue providing services, and that's another if, because in Pennsylvania, it is up to the parent and the school district if these services are going to continue. So I know that in my case, the school district would not have provided any services for my son. And if that is the case, there really isn't a point in having an IEP anymore. But if you do have a school district that is going to continue to help you, or if the intermediate unit in your area, if they agree to continue helping your child, then yes, you could keep that in place. I should add that HSLDA actually really recommends that when you homeschool, you use a private agency to do these things and not go through the school district, but that is entirely up to you. But like I was saying before, a lot of school districts might not help you. Perhaps they don't have the funding for it. I'm not really sure what the reasoning would be that they wouldn't help. But as the parent, you do have the legal right to remove your child's IEP at any time. Now, if your child does have some special needs that really do need some sort of outside consultant, what HSLDA recommends is that instead of having an IEP, because public school and homeschooling are really very different. So what you're going to have in homeschooling is called an SEP, a student education plan. And I'm not really sure on the details of it because I never went this route. Once I removed my son's IEP, that was it for me. But if you really feel that your child needs it, it would be called an SEP, and then you could go out and you could find some private consultants. And actually, HSLDA does have their own consultant who can help you if you do not have the funds available in order to find somebody to do this. But I'm pretty sure that you would need to be a member of HSLDA in order to take advantage of that consultant. So these are the things that you can do if you want to homeschool your child with an IEP. As I said before, yes, you can do it. yes, it is legal, and you have two options. Either have a licensed special ed teacher approve your homeschooling objectives every year, or if you are confident in doing it, you can remove your child's IEP, because if your school isn't going to help you, there's really no point in even having it. So if they do, I'm going to just reiterate this. If they do try to argue with you a little bit, if you decide to call and ask to have your child's IEP removed, just be firm, because I'm just speculating here, but I'm guessing that a lot of times their funding is based on the amount of children they have with IEPs. So that could possibly be why they try so hard to get you to keep it with your child, even if they're not even going to be in the school. Like I said, I'm not sure about that. That's just pure speculation. But this is the advice that I have for you today. This is what you need to do if you're going to homeschool your special needs child in Pennsylvania. If you have any questions, I will try to help you. I can't say that I have all the answers. I'm just speaking of the experience that I have. But again, if you have any questions, leave a comment, and I hope you have a great day.